Sausage Party time, guys. Foodtopia. And we just finished the first episode of this show.
What the fuck did I just watch?
We watched a lot of
I watched crazy shit. Watched Big Mouth, watched South Park, watched Ted. This is fucking especially on Prime Video. Interesting.
But I mean, I've seen. I mean, well, which maybe we'll talk about in the future. But The Boys, I've watched the first 2 seasons of that. That's wild as shit.
Well, true.
What's incredible? Is it Invincible?
Oh, the Invincible.
I haven't even finished that.
That's another one I think we should discuss down the road. But anyway, Sausage Party Foodtopia.
Wow. So hold on, we watched the movie. It feels like within the last year that we've been doing the show.
Yeah.
Do you have the ratings? Have you been tracked our ratings? Is that something you can look up?
I would have to look through the spreadsheet and kind of see around when we did it.
I don't remember when we did that, but I don't remember. I have no idea what I gave the movie.
I know it wasn't in 2024 because we just got to the wheel not too long ago.
No, it was probably like somewhere
late last year.
Half of the year. Yeah, last year, but second half probably closer towards like.
Yes. So there's the Foodtopia movie, and now there's this show, which honestly I didn't even know existed up until not that long ago.
Yep, same here. Did not know this was coming out or out. It brought me back to the movie where the movie has some fucked up scenes.
Mm-hmm.
But the TV show, I couldn't keep up. I'm trying to remember. I'm like, oh, I got to remember that. I was like, wait a minute. Here's another one. I'm like, oh my God, I can't remember all these. My brain's frying because it was just nonstop. It was like a giant fucking, it ended up turning into a giant food orgy.
It's literally 20 minutes of a giant food orgy.
Every sex position.
That's kind of how you can describe the first episode of this.
There was ass eating.
There was all kinds.
So much shit that's fucked up. Choking, having one like a Twizzler wrapping around one dude's neck, choking.
It was or an onion or some shit. I forgot. It was some wild.
Hold on. Let's talk about why that's happening first. That is.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Point. That's important.
There is a food rebellion against the human race.
So this continues right from the movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
they beat the humans in the supermarket. They freed themselves.
The food is now the dominant species.
Yep.
And they believe they're in Foodtopia. And they celebrate by a giant food orgy.
They do.
Which
they really freaking do, which was just
wasn't expecting. It just kind of starts and then it just keeps escalating.
It was just, I did not expect some of the shit. I'm like, what is going on here? I died when the two main character hot dogs were like slowly starting while they were talking to each other.
Oh,
the hot dog bun girl, I forgot her name, Miss Bun, I'm gonna call her, I guess. Just staring, she's like, "Yes, it's okay. You guys are friends. Yeah, kiss him. Open your mouth. It's okay." She's guiding him, but then he went low. Then he just slipped up in the bunch. He's like, "Oh," just opened up and shit. I fucking died. I cannot believe they did that.
It was, oh my gosh, so fucking funny. It was so fucking funny, and I do like how you guys were saying. I do like how it picked up like pretty much right after the movie, and just the food took over. Food is the most dominant species.
I skipped one thing I wanted to talk about. Well, two things. Because the show starts is like kind of like at the end of this war, and they're trying to take out the last human, who is this just giant, fat, barbecue obsessed guy with, of course, nipples that are like pointing out 2 inches. And they're like, he's unstoppable. You can't lose any more good food to him. And they do the titty twister on him. He chugs one of the beers, and Michael Cera's like Vienna sausage is how I'm going to describe this character size.
Yeah, that's I was thinking too.
becomes war obsessed. He only feels life's worth living when there's war and danger.
Very true.
He has a boring life, so he likes the fucking threat, all this shit. So when the bad guy, he's like,
this human. Yeah, they take out the last Humie, as they call them.
Yep, Humies.
And then they're given their giant speech, and they do the in memoriam, essentially, to remember all the fallen, and they play the Celine Dion song, and I fucking started cracking up.
That was funny.
It made me want to go listen to the song, actually.
That shit was funny.
That song's a fucking good song.
Then their mentor, the main genius, their scientist, is a fucking Stephen Hawking piece of
gum. It's a
chewed up piece of gum, by the way.
Chewed up version of gum.
Well, it has to be. I mean, that's where I can tell the knowledge from. It's been through some shit.
Yeah,
it's been through some shit.
It been through a human's mouth.
There you go.
Went through a day.
Just like James.
Seen the outside world. Yeah. Seen the outside world.
Seen the outside world. That movie,
no teeth.
So we did do that movie back in 2022, but it's too hard to find on the list.
All right. It was 2022. Okay.
Oh, yeah, it was longer than that, though.
It was episode 10. For those of you that do want to go back and check it out, it was episode 108. And from there, you'll see what we talked about.
I probably gave it at least a 7 just because how fucked up it was with the fucked up dark jokes and the raunchiness. Yeah, I probably gave it a 7, I think.
That's fair.
That's my guess on it.
It's good for a little. An hour and a half of it at one time seems like a lot.
Yeah, I can see that too.
22 minutes. It's
22 minutes. And they shoved a lot down your throat too. There was a lot going on. A lot of different types. Literally shoving it down your throat. Fucking it was just like the biggest, longest scene of an orgy ever I've seen. It was like fucking crazy. Like I said, if you looked around, each food item, they're like a box of carton of milk was fucking orange, and they're just fucking each other, mix matching all over the place. But everything that was fucking was a different sex position or type of sexual desire or fetish thing. It was just crazy. A block of cheese, Swiss cheese, I'm going to guess, because it has holes. We'll keep going. No, wrong hole. Wrong hole. Wrong hole.
to what I think was a fucking pickle.
I think it was a pickle. Yeah, I guess the pickle. He was like, that's the one. Oh. I'm like, wow, man.
How can you not find this shit funny, though? You
know it is. It's funny. I like it. I was just in shock because I couldn't believe it. Now I don't know what I'm in.
I think one of the great things about it is at the least, I had no idea where the fuck this was going.
Nope.
Like, it starts out, food basically destroys humans, and they have a ridiculous in memoriam, and then break out into a food orgy to celebrate Foodtopia. But now, this is all happening outside, of course, by the way, outside of the supermarket, the store where we were at. And they know nothing of the outside world, and then it starts to rain.
They don't know what rain is.
They don't know what rain is, and it wipes out.
So
every food,
it took out the dry goods, goods of the foods.
It took all the food that were open who get soggy and shit completely right out the jump. Donuts, bread, fucking vegetables were getting wiped out by the rain. People are freaking out, running. That a wave comes because when the whole bunch of rain, the fucking come down the
street
side
floods
of the road.
Yep.
Yeah, the street floods. Then they get hit with a tidal wave.
Oh my! It was so fucking ridiculous.
But that Vienna sausage was all excited. He was like, "We're doing it." He goes, "Oh, that looks exciting," or "That looks dangerous," or something. And he just jumps on this floating fucking dude. I forgot what it was. A bag of something.
A bag of chips. It's great because Michael Cera plays like the Vienna sausage type sausage. Well, Seth Rogen is the main guy still from the movie.
Oh, Frank.
Yeah.
Right.
Frankfurter. Michael Cera, because Michael Cera is all pumped up for war at the beginning. Then they have their celebration, and he's depressed because now there's no more action.
Yeah, there's nothing to do.
And now the streets flood in. Food is dying left and right. Now he gets excited again.
Yep. He loves it. Now he feels like a hero again.
He fucking loves it. That
So he's gonna be a wild card in the show. He's gonna be like a fucking spaz. He might start shit just to get things going.
I forget Michael Cera is even an actor, and he probably does too until he actually shows up in something.
Oh man!
But I've always enjoyed him when he's popped up, voice or in real life.
Yeah, he's funny. He's pretty funny. He's pretty funny in the stuff that I've seen him in.
We've never watched Superbad podcast,
Superbad.
have we?
Nope. He was in Superbad. I don't think so.
We haven't.
We never talked about McLovin?
No.
Well, we may have to change that.
All right. Yeah, Superbad. Yeah, he's in that. He's in Juno, I know of. That movie where they're a band, they compete in the garage, like the fucking band. Something versus the world.
Yeah, Scott Pilgrim versus the world. That one's got like a cult following.
Yeah. I seen a few movies with him in it. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Not bad.
Good. I think
he's a quiet, humble guy. Like outside, he's not like flashy. You don't.
He has a show on one of the streaming services with the blonde comedian Amy Schumer, I think.
Oh, okay. Interesting pair.
Yeah.
But yeah, this I don't know. I'm just sitting there like for the 20 minutes, like, what in the world?
Yeah.
Where are they going to go from here? That's kind of what I was thinking throughout the 20 minutes of this.
When this movie was like called Foodtopia, I thought they're looking for their Foodtopia now that they beat the humans. I didn't know they were already in their Foodtopia and it gets destroyed. Now,
they think they are. So they think they've reached their Foodtopia. They've destroyed the humans. They're the dominant. Food is the dominant species over humans. But they know nothing of the world. The rain comes. It's like a war zone. So they go back to the safety of the store. Seth Rogen, who is the main sausage.
The main sausage.
And his love interest, Bun.
Brenda is her name.
Brenda. So all the food look at them as the leaders now, basically.
Yeah, they do.
And all the food now knows they know nothing of the outside world as well.
Now they're pissed.
They don't
scared.
Yeah, now everyone's scared. Like, what do we do? That's the setup for the rest of the episodes here. It's an 8-episode series.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a rescue party TV show because now they gotta go rescue all the other foods that got wiped out by the flood.
Sausage rescue.
We'll see.
Because the human is stealing food. He got excited to see the human taking the people, all the food he was rescuing in the park.
They think they wiped out. They think they wiped out all the humies.
There's one left.
Michael Cera is rounding up the injured and stuff. It comes back to the blanket, and they're gone. A humie has stolen the food.
Yep.
And now Michael Cera is excited again because
he gets a smile. He goes, he sees a human. He smiles because he's like, all right,
he's bloodthirsty.
Bloodthirsty is an understatement. He's
going in Rambo mode.
He's like the exact definition of that little guy syndrome or whatever, or little dog syndrome.
Napoleon.
The little dog, Napoleon syndrome. Little dog. He's a hot dog. Little Vienna sausage, whatever you want to call him. And it's funny because it just works for that character. It just works for that fucking character. Like,
well, you seen him on the stage. He was like all like his hands behind his back. He was like, we're going to he had like 2 things to say, and it made no sense. And they're like, that's it. He was like, yeah, that's all I had to say. So his life is really boring and stale. So that's why he gets a rush out of this.
Yeah,
his rest of his life is boring as hell. He just walks around. He's a nobody. Don't talk to nothing. Frank is his only friend, basically.
Yep.
Frank and Brenda, you could say.
Yeah, Brenda now, but from the movie, as I recall, not at first. It was just him and Frank, and Frank started crushing on the fucking hot dog roll.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, look at those buns.
Look at those buns.
July 11th of this year.
Oh, this only came out July 11th? Okay, so.
Yeah.
Damn. So
really?
Fresh.
Yeah, so it's a week old, pretty much, almost.
So for those of you who didn't binge it, which I'm sure the people who found this show probably binged it, we're talking about it.
Yeah, we're talking.
So enjoy it with us.
All right. Yeah, it was a surprise. I'm looking forward. If this the first, I hope it's not the first episode is like check this out. Then the rest of it is not going to be as crazy as the first episode.
I don't know. I'm curious because they laid a lot of groundwork in this first episode, like setting up the premise for everything. Like they did a lot. Like this was a lot of shock and awe in 22 minutes.
Agreed.
So story wise, I'm like, this is why I mentioned watching the movie. I'm like, I'm sure I enjoyed the movie and gave it at least a favorable rating, but it's a lot to take in at once.
It is.
So if we're gonna watch these 8 episodes over however long we're gonna watch these now, I think I need to see a little, like, the shock and awe is great. It's fun, but I need to see some story mixed in to actually make me care about some of these fake characters they're gonna introduce.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Just don't want every episode a fucking pickle going through a piece of cheese.
Yeah, this can't be. I hope it's not 8 episodes of what we just saw. As ridiculous and entertaining as this 22 minutes was.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm with you on that, because you do want to see more of a story. Like, going back to real quick for our Patreon, which this will be on our regular stuff, but through Ted, you got a lot of ridiculousness, but you did get a story through that whole shit.
You got multiple stories per episode.
Tons of stories. You're right. You did. But I'm just saying.
Well, part of watching Ted is it was written like a sitcom, so they gave it that sitcom feel with the Ted comedy.
True. Yes.
This is an animated show, but still, you can do this obscene, ridiculous stuff, but it can't just be this.
Yeah, they can go Rick and Morty style on this shit.
Yeah. It can't be this nonstop for 22 minutes. Otherwise, I'm gonna get sick of this real quick.
Yeah.
But I like the groundwork they laid. It's an interesting story, actually. Like, food versus the humans is the 2 species that are out there.
Mm-hmm.
Food wins. They've become the dominant species, but they don't know anything about the outside world,
which is interesting. And it's gonna get.
They're searching for a food. Like, they think they hit their foodtopia. Now, what do when they realize, oh shit, there's elements like the rain and what else?
They got to learn.
They don't know what to do.
Rescue their friends, and then there's going to be something with the humans. They're going to find out humans are alive. Some humans are alive still. So now they got to do something about that.
Yep. And figure out about the rain, like Chris was just saying. The elements and all that.
Wait till winter till they see snow.
It's. I feel like this show will be. I think we're going to get a lot of silliness, but I do feel like it is going to be like a fun journey. And honestly, I can't wait to see more of it. I'm glad that but like you both said earlier, I'm glad that it is only 22 minutes of this, because 22 minutes of that, especially without a story from what we got from episode 1, is enough. But even with the story, it's like, that's all you need. That's all you need. You just need that 22 minutes. You get that episode out or whatever, and then you move on to something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, with that said, though, with Sausage Party Foodtopia Season 1, Episode 1, I do want to do ratings, but I want to do this. Well, I'll talk about that after the show. Fuck it. What's your guys' rating for Episode 1? Chris, how about you?
I will give it a 7.
Okay.
Just because it's just the amount of ridiculousness. Like, I'm intrigued. Like, it's left me wanting to see where this goes.
Mm-hmm.
There was shit in here I didn't think I never even could have comprehended in my mind. I thought I would see.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
It was a good combination of absolutely ridiculous and a setup for once you get past that ridiculousness, like, what did I just see? I'm like, all right, now that I can try and process the story they tried to set up, I'm kind of curious to see where this goes.
Yep.
I would say this episode here was like that draw you in episode. It's going to give you the ridiculousness. It's going to give you the laughs, because it's just like, holy shit, what the fuck? Like, I want to see the funny, but but I do want to see some of us. I need to see some sort of a story going through this to get me through this. I don't want to just see a bunch of ridiculousness through the whole shit. Surprise, surprise, people. As ridiculous as we are, we do enjoy story. We do. But with that said, though, I'm gonna give this. I'm right there with you, Chris. I think I'm gonna give this a 7 as well. And James, how about you?
Exactly at the 7 too. It's my type of comedy, but yes, is a lot dumped, and I'm agreeing with you. We discussed it. I hope every episode's not like this, where they just constantly shove it down your. They don't even give you a chance to process the first part to laugh because the next one came so quickly.
That's
so
what
it's
she
hard
said.
to keep up. Yeah, exactly. It goes with the movie.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it still. It was a whole bunch of eye candy to me. It was like funny and fun.
Yeah.
Food. But yeah, so far, episode 1, 7. I hope it gets better.
Same.
Or at least stay the same. It can be 7s all the way down. That's fine, but don't drop. I hope it don't get overwhelming. I'm saying.
Okay, I'll agree with you as far as the level of it being a 7. If it's a 7 all the way through, that's a good show. It's a good time.
No, it's still a good show.
I don't want it to be.
It just can't be shock and awe every episode.
Yeah, like
exactly.
It can't be just like this episode, but I'd like to be entertaining like this episode. Of course, I had the story and all that other shit. But again, I guess we're gonna find out next week.
Find out. Till next time.
Yeah.
Till next time. But come join the sausage party with us. You don't even have to have a sausage.
Yeah. We're having a real one.
I mean,
James has been harassing us for years to have a sausage party, and we're finally having one.
We're finally doing it. But with that said, people, check us out on Popcorn and Pints. Check us out. Hit that follow on YouTube. Follow us on all the socials and all that good shit. Because we're gonna start reviewing shows and talking shows and shit now. And we're starting it off with this sausage party. Be on the YouTube very, very soon. With that said, thanks for popping by. Peace.
Peace out.
Peace.